Let's now go into some talks about what's going on with Trump and abortion. And again, if you guys want to criticize Trump for not being pro-life I'm likely going to agree with you. I probably will. So I want to talk to you guys about that because there is a nuanced conversation to be had about this. I'm going to begin with the first article. Pro-lifers react to J.D. Vance's vow Trump won't sign abortion ban. Republican vice presidential nominee Senator J.D. Vance has sparked criticism for vowing that former President Donald Trump won't sign a federal abortion ban, becoming the latest example of the campaign facing pushback from pro-life activists over the contentious issue. During an appearance on NBC's Meet the Press on Sunday, host Kristen Welker asked Vance if he would commit that a Trump-Vance administration would not impose a federal ban on abortion. In response, Vance assured, "I can absolutely commit to that." Donald Trump has been as clear about that as possible. He added, Donald Trump wants to end this culture war over this particular topic. So in other words, so here's something else he said. If California wants to have a different abortion policy from Ohio, then Ohio has to respect California, and California has to respect Ohio. Donald Trump's view is that we want the individual states and the individual cultures and their unique political sensibilities to make these decisions because we don't want to have a nonstop federal conflict over this issue. So that's what J.D. Vance said. So I have a couple articles about that. I'm going to put that for you guys up in the Substack. So what do I think about that? So I was listening to a guy, and he made some very good cogent points here, who said the following, that it would be one thing if Trump wanted to kind of take a back seat on this. If Trump said, I'm going to be passive about abortion. I'm going to leave it to the states in a way to kind of neutralize this because, frankly, if he talks about it, women get all upset and come out and vote on this topic. So he said it'd be one thing if Trump, in an effort to neutralize this, said, well, we're going to leave it to the states. That's being passive about it. Not always the best thing, but it's politics. It's messy. You got to do what you got to do. It's another thing, though, when you're going to be active and actively push back against something like a national ban, which JD is saying Trump would do. That's active. That's wrong. Now, another thing that really got the ire of a lot of people was Trump at one point in an interview really seemed to say, and he did say, it's just that he changed after the fact, that he was going to support Amendment 4 in Florida, which would have, had it actually happened, it would have made abortion even more difficult there in Florida. But then the thing is, then it came out later through NPR. Trump clarified about 24 hours after he said he was backing Amendment 4, which would actually open up more freedom, so-called, for abortion. 24 hours later, Trump clarified and said, I'll be voting no. This is from NPR. I'll be voting no. Trump clarifies his stance on the abortion amendment in Florida. After confusion over his stance on abortion rights, former President Donald Trump is clearing things up. I'll be voting no, he told a Fox News reporter Friday when asked how he'll vote on Florida's abortion-related ballot measure. Currently, abortion is not allowed in Florida after 6 weeks of pregnancy, with few exceptions and rare instances. In the general election, voters will be asked to choose whether to protect access to abortion in the state of Amendment 4. In that same Fox News interview, Trump repeated, so he's already said this, that he disagrees with the 6-week ban, but went on to use misleading talking points about access to abortion later in pregnancy to paint Democrats as extreme on the issue. So NPR is going to go on there and lie about Trump. So what Trump did was he said how he actually felt at the time, got massive blowback, and then he changed his mind. So you look at this one of two ways. You can say to yourselves, well, the good thing about that is that if his base speaks to him while president or while as a candidate, he will listen to them and do what they want. The bad thing is people can look at that and say, well, Trump needs to be principled and do what's right and not ever waver on this issue. And I understand that. I really do. This is a difficult, tough call. I'm not going to pretend that it's not. So you have that. Now, what do I think? So you have that. And then I also want to say, and I don't believe I have a source pulled up, but you guys can find this very easily. another thing that happened was Trump talked about how in vitro fertilization would lead to more children being born in this country, and he is for insurance companies and the medical system paying for, with taxpayer dollars, paying for in vitro. So it wouldn't be the insurance company, but he was saying it should be covered under insurance, and there was also going to be taxpayer money going to fund in vitro fertilization.